Hi. Today, a little further on the same subject of Trataka, which was discussed yesterday as part 1. So, we will discuss what are the objects that are safe on which you may meditate. As we mentioned in part 1, if an object is flickering, you should avoid it if you are having epilepsy. You have to choose a fixed object. A fixed object is good for most of us. Um, a black dot is suggested. Even the eyes, Ishtadevata. Ishtadevata is somebody that you revere, a guru. It could be even be a deity. So that is a good choice. It should be the image should be at the eye level, and or any of the symbols which are spiritual symbols like Om. So that is what I was showing you. So you can have a symbol of Om. These are available. Symbol of Om, the Yin Yang symbol, a cross, a beautiful symbol. So you can choose any of these objects that you can meditate upon. And this is a pre-meditative practice, so it creates that. So what is a good time to settle down? Sunrise and sunset is advised. These are the time when the energy is shifting, and so you want to grab it. And those who are having a sleep problem, who can't sleep, they can do it towards the night, and they can do it a little longer, which will help them sleep better. um, Swami Satyananji, who I respect a lot because his knowledge of yoga is really comprehensive, he suggests that you should do it on an empty stomach. That is simply because you will feel sleepy if you have a heavy stomach, and then it interferes the energy of your mind, which is now engaged with an alertness practice, will interfere with your digestion. So there will be two conflicting activities happening in your body, which you should discourage and not initiate. So that is one thing. Do it at either sunrise or sunset. Both times also you may do, because you will become mentally fit, and keep your stomach empty when you are settling down for the Trataka. And the objects, the objects can be anything at all, even the sky, anything from nature like a flower. Um, these objects should not be constantly changed. They should be one thing that you are choosing to meditate on. If you're changing, and you should ask and somebody who knows about these things whether it will impact you. Uh, and some things that are seen as dangerous if you are suffering from neurosis, and now that sounds very harsh, but sometimes we are not in a mental state which is calm, or we are agitated, or we are feeling emotionally disturbed. And so most of us who are not advanced practitioners should avoid looking into a crystal ball, should avoid looking into the moon, the sun, which is going to injure the eyes in any case. Let's not get up in the morning and you can't look into the sun. And darkness, I remember I used to like looking into the darkness, and I used to feel very calm, but it actually aggravates a neurotic state of mind, so you should avoid that. And also a mirror, because these are some extremely dangerous spaces of the mind that you don't want to. These can be mind altering, and sometimes we are not ready for that. So these are the five, six things that you need to totally avoid. If you are, ideally avoid it. Why get into a space which we don't know how to control? So this is very important that we avoid looking into these things. And how long? So the another question which was asked was, how long should we do that? So we start out with 1 minute or so, and 2 to 3 minutes for a beginner, which is good. And an advanced practitioner go up to 10-15 minutes. I find that it is quite good. There are also different states of Trataka. So the stages of Trataka which you have to understand. So the first stage is, of course, you're just looking at the object, and then you're looking at the candle flame and trying to not blink, but that should not be aggressive. Remember that you're just trying to look at it steadily. So main thing is steadiness. Steadiness does not mean tension. Steadiness is just steadiness. So wherever you need to blink, you need to blink. You should blink and initiate that. And then, having said that, so you have to go into the deeper practices once this falls in place. So blink, look, and be steady and just learn to do that. The most interesting thing is there's nothing explosive that happens from this. It's not like you're going to have a bomb in your butt and you explode and you're having something raising up. Unfortunately, a lot of that sort of talk creates confused expectations from people. What happens when you watch something that is there in front of you? You become immediately alert to how your mind is moving. It's agitated. It's moving from here to there. It's going back and feeling sad. Mostly it's sadness, because when the mind goes back, it goes back into memory, which is a negative state. It hardly goes back to a positive state. Yeah, that's a biological way the mind is geared, because it wants to remember something which will protect it from repeating that mistake. So we normally, when the mind goes back into the past, it's going into a negative state, or it is going into the future because it's anxious. It's not going into the future to plan. It will say, what should I do the rest of the day? It's planning, planning, planning. It's anxious. To be in the present needs for a lot of courage, and that's what you understand when you're doing Tratak is, oh my lord, my mind is not able to sit on this thing. And you'll be surprised, 5 minutes will go on, your mind will go like that, and you're gone all over the place. Then you realize, my mind is wandering. And that is the most important thing. That's the most important thing. Don't build up expectations of something unnatural happening. It's not unnatural. The most thing that you become aware of the natural thing, the natural flow of your mind and the agitation that it is engaging, and that will help you collate its strengths. So this is the first and the last part of the practice, and you'll be in this stage like forever, and it's very beautiful because it will help you reach your goals faster. More on this later. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day.